Hey, welcome back. This is part 2 of my conversation around Do This. Accountability, a web class conversation for those of you out there looking to get crystal clear about some things you need to do to stay on top of your personal project goals with respect to your online business endeavors. So welcome. Hi, Regina. Welcome, my dear. Welcome. Super excited to continue our conversation. So far, let me just do a quick recap so I can fill you in on some of the things that I've been talking about with respect to accountability in your business. Now, the month is almost over, so there are certain things that you need to make sure that you are doing consistently at the beginning of the month and at the ending of the month, so you can start one month strong. Well, how does the phrase go? You can end one month strong and start the other one even stronger, right? Now, this particular conversation is, once again, as I mentioned before, inspired by my A-team. I've got some of the lovely ladies in my mastermind. I see Regina, I see Dawn, I saw Shelly just a minute ago. If you're not in the mastermind, you are certainly welcome to join us, as well as get access to bi-weekly accountability calls with yours truly by going to sizzlesense.com/A-team. Somebody drop that into the comment box for me, please, so that you know that in the next couple of days, because this opportunity goes away, opportunities expire, but for the next couple of days, if you want to be a part of my mastermind at the beginner level and get access to, because there are 2 levels of the mastermind, if you want to be at the beginner level, learn about some content creation things that you can do, smart money marketing and sales, plus get bi-weekly accountability calls with yours truly, 365 days for just one payment of $97. You can register at sizzlesense.com/A-team. Thank you for dropping that in there. Once again, if you go there and it's not there, my apologies. Opportunities do expire, but it is there right now. If you have any questions for me, feel free to also email sizzlesense@gmail.com. And if you're watching the replays, remember to drop in the hashtag replaysrock so I can check in and say hello to my replay watchers. Now, when it comes to accountability, there are a few things that I said I want you to consider when it comes to your personal goals. Number one, I mentioned before, are you in a space where there are certain things that you know you have to do before the month is over? So number one, if there are some things you go, man, before the month is over, I gotta make sure that I knock these out. Drop those things into the comment box. For me, I am the repurpose queen, so before the month is over, I gotta make sure that these live streams that I've done on Facebook, I've uploaded them to YouTube so that my followers there can watch, subscribe, and I can connect with some new people too. One of the things that you need to do is proactively reflect on how are people finding you. And I know a lot of people come and go, oh my gosh, I've been binge watching your videos on YouTube and I love you, which is pretty awesome because I binge watch on Netflix. So when people say they're binge watching me on YouTube, I think it's pretty cool. So making sure that I'm proactively updating my YouTube account, especially repurposing videos, so I don't feel like I have to always be online, but be smart and intentional with respect to my content. Definitely one thing that I got to do before the month is over. What are some things that you've got to do? By the way, for those of you who are watching live or via the replays, if you feel like this is something that somebody in your circle needs to hear, feel free to tag them or share the video. Sharing is caring. I also said to you, I want you to think about for yourself your cash flow goals. What are you doing to make sure that you're reaching your cash flow goals? I talked about FIOs, freaking irresistible offers. Watch the other session that I did, part 1 of this accountability web class, to learn more about FIOs, freaking irresistible offers. So now I want to continue the conversation and I want to talk about a little bit more some of the things that you need to be focused on with respect to your cash flow goals. I need to find my notebook. I'm lost without my notebook. So I made the mistake. My crazy behind made the mistake of hitting the screen. And then it went all wonky, which is why we've got 2 parts instead of 1. You guys are dropping stuff in the comment box and my blind behind, I don't have my glasses on. I'm like Velma from Scooby-Doo. My glasses, I can't see without my glasses. So hold on. So Shonda says, I have to get you the content for my website. See? Okay, so there's certain things that because you guys know I'm a web designer and I get the pleasure of helping some of you bring your virtual visions to life, right? And so making sure that you get me that content is on your list. Awesome. Okay, so think about some things that you got to knock out. Feel free to drop those things into the comment box. I think it was either last week or the week before last. I helped Dawn finish up her easy ebook, and we knocked that out, and we're on to the next thing, which is updating her website as well. So I'm really, one of my big things is I'm really trying to be as proactive as I can in supporting you guys in your efforts to not only build your websites, but to finish the content that you create, because I know that it's easy to come up with great ideas. It's hard to actually power through and finish. Sometimes it's hard because maybe you don't have the technical expertise, but honestly, a lot of times it's hard because you're getting in your own way. You're getting in your mind and telling yourself, not today, maybe tomorrow. You're procrastinating. You're looking at what other people are doing and going, I can't do it like that. Or I feel like an imposter. You know what I'm talking about. Sometimes some of you need to power through the internal whispers that are stopping you from sharing your goodness with the world. Because the reality is, in addition to putting yourself through a lot of trainings, watching Facebook lives, or downloading, reading things, or going to Barnes & Nobles and buying books, in addition to all of that stuff that you're putting yourself through, you've got to put your stuff out there. I mean, just to be honest with you, the only way this stuff is going to work is if you put in the work of putting your stuff out there. So, excuse me, a big part of this accountability conversation is to take a look at the then goals, the goals you had at the beginning of the month, now goals, where you are at this point, and next goals, what you want to accomplish next month. So when I have this conversation to you about, what are you doing to put yourself out there, I want you to answer the question and be very, very clear. What are you putting out this month versus next month? And you can drop it in the comment box. And you can even feel free to shamelessly self-promote and put a link in there if you want to. What are you putting out there this month versus next month? Because let's be clear, it's not just about you watching and consuming and quietly working in the background. Things aren't going to work for you until you put yourself out there. And for me as a spiritual person, I truly believe, and also an organic marketer, two things I can tell you I believe. I believe at the end of the day, where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name. Amen. As a spiritual person, sometimes it can be very, 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 very difficult when you're online and you're on social media and you're looking at everybody else with their big numbers and you not doing nothing because you so fixated on their big numbers when you need to stay in your own lane. Because when you stay in your own lane, won't be no traffic. So number one, where 2 or 3 are gathered, I do what I need to do to create intimate circles, to work with you in spaces of 30 or 20 or even 2, because me consistently putting out there and working is working for me and helping you, the person who comes and works with me. So you got to get out of your own way and stop thinking, well, because I don't have a lot of people around me, or I can't do this at this big level, maybe tomorrow, right? That's number one. Number 2, when it comes to you being proactive about what you do, at the end of the day, you have to understand that it's about building blocks and phasing in your greatness. Phasing in your greatness. About 3 years ago, I was sitting here going, everybody got a book, everybody doing this, everybody doing that. I don't got time to write no book. I wrote 20 pages. I wrote my 20-page Start Her Up guide. And then people said, man, I want to learn how you did that. And you know what? I did my first training. So I was in Atlanta. I was speaking at an event. And the ladies who listened to me at the event, they had so much fun. I said, listen, who wants to do a training? I'm going to teach you how to create a 5-step starter guide, and I'm going to give you my content to cash flow CDs, $100. Who wants to do a training? I think I had maybe about 11 or 12 ladies say yes. So when I talk about that 1K one-day experience, it was a $100 offer. I had over 10 ladies say yes. After, mind you, I'm speaking at an event, right? And one of the ladies said, listen, your session was so good, there were people who were leaving other sessions to come to your session, right? But I went from, oh man, I can't create a big book, to I'm gonna create a 20-page book, to hey, I'm gonna show you how to create a 20-page book. That was like 3-something years ago, right? And then creating templates that I could help other people. Then the next year, I did another workshop, Fire Start Your Year, and I showed ladies how to create booklets, because I created my own booklets, and I said, you know what, I'm going to share with you how to create these really awesome coffee table style digestible content, because some of the content you want to give to your people, let's be clear, doesn't have to be crazy long programs or e-courses. Could be awesome LPP, easy digestible pieces of content that people really want, that don't take a long time to put together. That's a big one. So I created this one, then I created a template to show people how to do that. Then the next year, I created the New Normal Life Design Guide, an audio series plus a workbook. The point being, over time, I went from one little starter guide to 1, 2, 3. I did this one this year, Position to Profit, 4, 5, 6. These are seven that I create, that I publish, that I print, that I sell, that I use to monetize and help other people who literally, it's funny to see Regina here, because I remember when I launched the Position to Profit planner, that night, number one, Regina went and bought the planner, but that night she printed out the planner. I was like, how did you print out the planner so fast? She printed and binded the planner, took a picture, and then posted it inside the mastermind group, where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name. Number one, if you are in a space where you've got content you need to share, you need to get out of your head, you need to print, you need to publish, you need to profit from, do that. Stop sitting there and finding a reason why you shouldn't be where you need to be. Do that, because there's somebody out there who needs what you've got. And where 2 or 3 are gathered, I work in these intimate spaces of amazing women, and in the process together, we're doing great things. Number 2, phase in your greatness. That's a big accountability check, because some of you want to have that information empire today, but guess what? In order for you to create that for yourself tomorrow, it starts with what you do today. Even when my neck wasn't right and my back wasn't right and I needed to do what I needed to do to heal me, I was strategically and quietly working in the background, and now I've got all of these. Now I've got all of these. Some have notepads, because not only do I make them for you, but I use them for myself. They got my post-it notes in them. I mean, I'm my first customer. Before you guys, I am, right? So, be in a space, right? Exactly. Faith without works is dead. Be in a space where you are proactively working with the people who want to work with you in big and even small circles, and phase in your greatness. A part of you being a part of my mastermind is, as you can tell, I strategically share with you what I'm doing. So every step of the way that I'm creating content and you creating content, we look around and together we've got amazing content empires, right? Amazing information product empires. Because whether it be 3 people or 1 people or 1,000 people, when people are ready to buy, you're ready to sell. Some people don't have the content, and for those people I say, oh well, right? But for you, who's consistently strategically working at building your empire and creating content in different formats, that's the secret sauce to success. 1 step at a time, phase in your greatness. I can't say anything more about accountability before I stop and say that. Phase in your greatness. Do these things 1 step at a time. So yesterday we did the Easy e-course, Easy ebook virtual, and I helped a few ladies work on an easy ebook idea. And I said, listen, whether you finished it in the 3-4 hours we worked together or you knock it out this weekend, the point is you start this easy ebook and you finish it, then you move on to the next one. Right? By the way, if you want to get access to the replay that we did yesterday of the Easy ebook content creation course, you can get access to the replays plus the template when you go to sistersense.com/CCA. Look for the Girl Boss webinar on content creation. Make sure you get those replays before they go away so you can get the template, start creating some of these pieces of content for yourself, not just digital pieces, but printable pieces too. And I want to make sure that's something that I help you do. So let's continue this conversation. And I said to you, what are you going to put out there? What are you going to share? Whether it be before this month is over, or what are you going to put out there and share next month, right? The Saturdays with Sister Sense is coming. Yay! I'm excited about sharing that next month. And then Back to Business, my annual virtual conference, is coming in October. I've been doing that for 6 years now. You got to think about what's coming for you, what's in the pipeline, okay? What are you preparing for? That's a big part of what this accountability conversation is all about. What you're going to finish and wrap up before the month is over. Maybe there are some things that you need to carry over to next month. So let's talk about that as well, because it's not just about what you can finish, but also what you can carry over. I said to you, when it comes to your personal goals, you have to look at then, now, and next. So back then, in the beginning of this month, there were certain things that I said, I want to do ... Host my Girl Boss Weekend, the live one here in North Carolina, and the virtual, check, did that. I also said, you know what, LaShanda, you've got to add some new content to your blog and your homepage. X, didn't get to it. Didn't get to update the homepage, didn't get to update my blog section. That I'm going to carry over into next month. So there are some things that you go, yay, I was able to accomplish this today, or I can finish this before the month is over. But then you have to be in a space where you don't beat yourself up and assume that everybody is awesome, everybody's getting it right, and you're getting it wrong. Because baby girl, I'm super strong when it comes to my content, but sometimes I just can't get it all in. I can't fit it all in, right? So I'm always in a space where when you check in with me, especially via the Accountability Circle Mastermind, I'm always in a space where I'm telling you to self-care, to not be self-abusive, to not beat yourself up for not being able to do certain things. I'm not sure if LaVon is still here. She was here at the beginning of this accountability session. LaVon Weaver, actually, you probably saw her in my live stream, right? Need content clarity and accountability, go to CCA. Thank you so much for dropping that into the comment box for me, Keisha. I so appreciate you, by the way. And I don't think that you participated in the virtual. So here's what I'm going to do, because I love when ladies come on and they're so proactive, and I love you for dropping into the comment box all your good. I'm going to give you free access to the virtual that we did yesterday. So Keisha, just email sistasense@gmail.com and I will give you access to the easy ebook, e-course training. Did you get it? Because I saw somebody go get it just a while ago. I don't know if that was you, Keisha, but if it wasn't you, boo, as a thank you for consistently, proactively engaging today in today's conversation, I will give you the free replays. Email sistasense@gmail.com. I saw something come through and I was like, oh, somebody got the replays. Yay! Yes. For me, you always got to be proactive. You always have to put yourself out there. You got to get your ask in gear. If you are just quiet and just lurking, nobody sees you, nobody knows you, that's not how you get fed. One of my favorite quotes is, closed mouths don't get fed. Open up your mouth, be proactive, put yourself out there, and God will reward you. The universe will reward you, or Sister Sense will reward you. However way that I can. So email me, Keisha. You might as well want to do that now, because my brain, I forget. So as soon as I finish this live, I can send you a link so that you can dive into the good that was yesterday's training. So continuing this conversation around then, now, and next, I mentioned to you that sometimes there are things that you can say, yes, I can finish this. Sometimes there are things that you need to carry over into the next month, right? So this month, one of my goods was the 28-day Stop Procrastinating Challenge. And one of the ladies in my circle, she said, I don't know how you're doing this. You have a live event, you have the mastermind, you're a web designer, you do calls, you got your virtual, and now you're doing a 28-day challenge. Where are you finding the time? Where are you finding the time? And I said, I know, I'm awesome. This is one of my clients, Denise, one of my international clients. And I said to her, the reality is that when I talk about phasing in your greatness, there are some things that you can start and finish in its entirety, and there are other things that you have to work on in chunks. So the Stop Procrastinating 28-Day Challenge, which you can learn more about at sistasense.com/SPC, which stands for Stop Procrastinating Challenge. I didn't just sit down and do the whole challenge. I couldn't do that. I didn't have time to do that. So I did the challenge in blocks. There we go. I did the challenge in blocks, number one. Number two, I put the challenge out there so that ladies could work with me and I could start to share immediately. So when it comes to accountability, I want you to ask yourself, what are some things that you want to do, but you're putting it off, putting it out there because it's not quite ready yet? Inside of the Stop Procrastinating Challenge, one of the things I talk about is procrastinating pro personalities, people who are pros at putting things off. And you can raise your hand if you're a procrastinating pro. One of the personality personas is Never Ready Betty. God bless her. She is never ready. She's always got things in the pipeline. She's always got things not quite there yet, but always wanting to do, but never finishing because she's never ready. Right? I wanted to do the Stop Procrastinating 28-Day Challenge. I put it together. I wrote out the whole process and I said, man, I don't have the time to do the whole thing. So you know what I did? I did the first 4 to 5 days because every day in the Stop Procrastinating Challenge, I send you audios. So I mapped out the whole thing. I wrote it out because I can quickly outline my content. Creating the content, that was going to take some more work because every day I send out emails with audios that are normally somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes long, which another thing was hard for me because as you can tell, I'm doing a web class with you guys today and I think I'm going on 2 hours. Creating 5 to 10 minute pieces of content is super hard, but that was a challenge for me. So anyway, I knew it was going to take me a long time to do 28 days worth of audio and I didn't want to wait a month to put it out there. So I put it out there. I let people first pre-order, and then when I launched it with the first 5 days ready. So I knew they starting at day 1 and they have day 1 to 5. I'm good. So by day 5, I had the next 4 to 5 days ready. And then I had the next 3 to 5 days ready. And I was working through the challenge in blocks and simultaneously creating the content and engaging with ladies as they went through the content. And now the complete 28-day challenge is done. Right? Mentor Shelley says, I'm being delivered from Never Ready Betty syndrome. Now I'm just doing it daily. Good. Listen, there are a lot of Never Ready Bettys out there, right? And I want to be in a space where, number one, I can help you identify personality traits that are stopping you from being productive, which is why I created the Stop Procrastinating Challenge. But also I'm trying to be in a space where I can let you know sometimes you've got all of these things that you want to work on, but not enough time to work on them the way you'd like to. So whether it be for me creating the workbooks or creating, where's my starter guide? The starter guide, or launching a challenge and then simultaneously sharing the content as I create the content. Those are some smart things that I just do to make it work for me, but also work for you too, right? You got to be able to put it out there. You got to be able to share, but you have to make sure that you can do it in a way that works for everybody. So some of my content is created on the fly, like yesterday on the fly. I did my, when I say on the fly, I mean real time. So I had already planned to do the Girl Boss virtual webinar on content creation and doing easy ebooks. That was planned. But then I did it live. So now that it's done, I think I have about 3 to 4 hours worth of content creation training on easy ebooks, easy e-courses, and social media graphics. And that is good to go, right? That training is done. It's good to go. You can get the replays. I can sell it. I can do whatever I want to do with it, right? This is what I call phasing in your greatness. One step at a time, creating your live trainings. One step at a time, creating your printable or digital products. One step at a time, creating your challenges. Create 3 things. These are the 3 things that I mentioned at the beginning of this web class today. And if you missed that, write it down now. You need to, number 1, create opportunities for people to consume your content in diverse ways, right? So some of my content is printable, some of it's just PDF digital, some of it is live stream audio, some of it is in person, some of it is video. How are you going to take the same kind of content and distribute it to your community in diverse ways? That's the first thing. Give people an opportunity to consume that same content, but just in different ways. Number 2, give people an opportunity to experience working with you and what you know and what you do on different levels. Don't meet people based on your pocketbook. Meet them where they are. Meet them where they are. So there were some people who were able to come out and do the Girl Boss Weekend live here in North Carolina. Other people, my international clients, they're like, listen, I'm going to get there one day, LaShanda, but today is not that day. So some people couldn't come out via the North Carolina workshop, so I did virtual ones, right? Give people different ways to consume your content and work with you. Some of you work with me privately. I have some of the ladies in my circle, they've invested in me building their websites. That's a couple of hundred, if not a couple $1,000s. I have some of you who have invested in working with me one-on-one every single month, right? That's anywhere between $100 to $300. I have some of you who say, listen, I need to play inside of the Sister Sense webosphere, but I don't have $95 a month. Okay, so guess what? For $95 for 1 year, you can be a part of my accountability circle. Remember I said that to you, sistersense.com/a-team. You can be in the beginner level of the mastermind. You can get access to bi-weekly live calls for $97 for the year. That's less than $10 a month. Work with your people based on where they are, whether it be a few $1,000s or just a few dollars. You know what I mean? Some people, they kind of stick their noses up in the air at me. Oh, I wouldn't sell anything for $5 or $1 or, the HPP queens out there. And I get it if you live in a world of VIP premium everything. But for me, when it comes to accountability, I need to make sure that I'm checking you on being in a space where you can check in with your various customers at varying levels. Now, with that being said, not only are you should you be in a space where, number one, you're diversifying the ways people consume your offers. Number two, you are creating opportunities for people to work with you at different levels. Make sure that you are making the most of the content that you've already created. So I said to you, I've got the procrastination challenge. It's done. The easy e-course, easy ebook training with the template. It's done. So now that it's done, when you go to my shop, you can go purchase it, right? One of the ways that I'm consistently generating revenue and hitting cash flow goals is the fact that I repurpose my content. I put it in my store and I sell and I sell and I sell. I don't know who's going to buy what today, but I know they're going to buy, right? So when it comes to your cash flow goals, because let's go on to cash flow goals accountability. For me, one of the things that you've got to do is proactively, consistently create promotions in your business. One of the ladies in my circle, she said to me, I don't see you on live stream a lot. I don't see you on Facebook a lot. I don't see you having to do social media a lot, but you make money. How do you do that? And for me, I'm always like strategy and intention. Strategy and intention. Repurposing, I'm big on that. Another is consistent promotions. I'm big on that. So for example, last month I did a $1 download sale. That was crazy. That was a huge 4-figure experience for me. And I said, I'm going to do this for like a couple of hours. And then 72 hours later, people were still downloading stuff for $1 and $5 and $7. And it was just huge. This month, I said, you know what, before the month is over, I think I'm going to test out a different promotion. So you can get literally 25% off of everything in my shop at shop.sistersense.com using the code 2518, right? 25% off using the code 2518 on my shop. Every month, I'm testing out a different kind of promotion. And so one of the things that's cool is that in addition to adding the promotion, this month I also added what I call, I don't call it. It's called a floating bar, so that if you go to the website, you'll see there's a bar that's just kind of stuck to the bottom of the page. And even though you scroll, it stays there. So when I have announcements like, here's the July workshop, or, use the code 2518 to get 25% off this week, that floating bar, it stays there and it doesn't go away, right? So you've got to be in a space where you're thinking about for yourself, how am I consistently creating promotions that are going to attract new people, but also going to work for the people in my circle, right? So the testing out the floating bar, the 25% off promotion that's happening this week, testing that out and seeing how that works. And not just seeing how well it works, but seeing what sells. Because 25% off of everything in my store, you could buy anything you want. I want to see what sells the best, because then I know I need to create more of that thing, or I need to promote that thing more, right? All insight that you don't get unless you actually do the work, right? So I said to you, are you going to come up with some FIOs for the next month? Maybe you need to come up with some promotions to help you work towards your cash flow goals. What are some promotions? What are some things that you might consider doing? And keep in mind, promotions are great for me for two different type of people. Obviously, you've got your pre-existing people, so there are some things that they're going to just want from you. And then you've got people who go, oh, I didn't know she existed. And then they come and find some things that maybe they like that you're offering too. So it's a way for you to either attract new customers or for you to reconnect with your older customers. Hey, June, welcome. Oh, let me say this. I did a training on client attraction from signups to sales. And that is actually one of the offers in my shop. And again, if you use the code 2518, you can get access to the offers in my shop. So the ladies in, this is actually a mastermind session that we did earlier this year. The ladies in my mastermind who are at the premium level, every month we do a different project. So some of these things that are in my store are projects that I'm doing with the ladies in my mastermind. And so one of the things that I said to you, if you want to work towards your cash flow goals, what are some things that you're going to do real time, right? But then thinking about, are you repurposing that content? So I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to stop for a second because I feel like I'm going da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I want you to answer the question. For those of you, even if you only are doing live stream, are you creating content, whether it be live stream, audio, or PDFs? Are you creating courses or doing webinars, anything of that nature that you've got sitting somewhere on a hard drive or on your computer? Anybody? Anybody have stuff that they've done and you're never quite ready? It's just sitting there. You got to make sure that you're repurposing that material and using it to work towards your cash flow goals. So one of the things that I did, and I was like, look, before the month is over, I'm going to make sure that some of the most recent things that I've done and created, I'm updating it to my store. Because sometimes you do a virtual workshop or a live stream. I mean, I have projects where I just sell my live streams, because I share a lot of information in my live streams, as you can tell. So sometimes I'll take those down and then make a little virtual bundle and say, here are 15 live streams that you can go and purchase. And I'm not the only entrepreneur who does that. I'm sure you've seen other entrepreneurs, coaches who, the smart ones anyway, who are consistently making real revenue online, learn how to repurpose their content and make sure that even the older stuff that they're creating is bringing in new revenue. Okay, so you want to think about for yourself how you can do that, how you can repurpose your material, but also being in a space where you are meeting your customers where they are at their varying price points. Okay, so there are just a few more things that I want to check in with you guys today around as far as accountability is concerned. Also, remember that if this is something that you are enjoying, feel free to share this, because sharing is caring, or tag somebody who needs to hear this. Okay. This is a good one. This is a good one. So when I talk to you about cash flow goals, and feel free to drop in the comment box some of these conversations, because I share a lot and I want to make sure that you are working on your accountability for this month going into the next month. Okay. So when it comes to your cash flow goals, I said to you, what are some stuff that you created that you need to repurpose? Think about that, number one. Number two, I said, well, just what are you putting out there? Are you in a space where you just keep putting yourself through training after training, reading ebook after ebook or e-course after e-course, and you're not actually proactively doing what you need to do forward? Not just utilizing courses, but what content are you putting out there? Keisha says, hurry, current promotion, 25% off, 2518 at sistersense.com. Yes, my sistersense.com shop. Feel free to go there for the next couple of days. You can get anything you want in the shop for 25% off. Thank you so much, Keisha, for sharing. Sharing is caring. Now, try before they buy. Try before they buy. This is something I say to clients all the time, and I want to check in with you and real talk ask you, how often are you using this strategy where you're giving people an opportunity to try before they buy? Okay, so some of you are in my mastermind. You know my good. You know my courses. You know the accountability calls. We just had a live call on Thursday. You know how that works. There are other people in my circle who don't know. Somebody said, hey, check out Sister Sense. And they're like, who's this chick? What's this video? Ooh, this is interesting. This accountability, This live web class session is an opportunity for those of you who don't know me, or maybe you knew me, but you didn't quite know me, and it's been a while, to check in, reconnect, and go, ooh, I want to experience accountability calls every 2 weeks. I want to join the mastermind. There was literally a lady who messaged me and said, LaShanda, I've had your mastermind on my mind for a while now. And then all of a sudden you send me an email and say, I can be in the mastermind for 1 year and get accountability calls for $97. Yes, right? What you need to do is think about how you are going to give people an opportunity to try before they buy your specific offer. So right now, one of the things that I'm offering is access to my mastermind and the A-Team Accountability Circle. To be a part of that and get access to the live calls each month, plus learn about marketing, money, sales, content creation, and more, right? And so in that experience, I'm saying here, this is a great offer, but if you don't know me and you want to get a taste of it, I'm always about giving people taste testers, right? The good, then come on, watch this web class, dig in, ask me questions, take notes, take advantage of some of the tools that I'm sharing with you, right? Because that's how the process works. Give people an opportunity to try before they buy. By the way, if I didn't mention it before, I'm going to mention it again. If you want to be a part of the Accountability Circle, just for the next couple of days, you can sign up, or you can share this with ladies in your circle who need to hear this. You can say, listen, you need to go to systems.com/A-Team and register at the beginning level of the mastermind and get access for 1 year for $97, right? You need to do that. As a matter of fact, I'm actually working on the affiliate program, the new version of it for the next month, because my mastermind as well as the virtual conference is changing. I've got my virtual conference in October. So that's on my to-do list, right? Coming up, the new affiliate program. What are some things that you need to be working on right now, right? And how are you going to give people an opportunity to try before they buy? So one example is this right here, you being a part of this accountability circle. And if you're not in the mastermind and you feel like you need that extra support, going and joining, right? That's a try before you buy experience. Another one is creating amazing downloadable digital products that people can consume for free, as June is saying, yes, with extra S's, giving people an opportunity to consume your content on a free level and then getting access to a paid version. So write this down, systems.com/BP. BP stands for Beat Procrastination. That's an easy ebook. It's a guide. I literally share with you 5 ways to tackle procrastination by giving you 5 different procrastinating pro personalities that are, guess what, inside the Stop Procrastinating Challenge. So you can get an easy ebook. It's absolutely free. If you're looking for solutions to get started with more productivity and less procrastination, it's in there. But this is a try before you buy experience. Some people will download it, try it, read it, and go, yay, then walk away. Other people will download it, try it, read it, and go, ooh, I want to learn more about this. I want to learn more about that, and then opt into the Stop Procrastinating Challenge. This is how I work towards my cash flow goals. And this is what you can do too. Give people an opportunity to try before they buy. Now, I'm going to even connect this a little bit further, because I said to you, if you go to systems.com/BP, you can consume and download that easy ebook. Guess what? I give you the template that I made that with, and I give you a process to create content that converts, to create content that your customers are looking for. That's the course that I did yesterday, my content creation intensive. Some of you participated live, some of you missed it. Keisha's going to get it for free because she is here hanging out with me today and dropping in all my awesome links and comments into the comment box. So as a big thank you, I said, Keisha, email me, systems@gmail.com, so that you can get your free access to the content creation Girl Boss virtual webinar that I did yesterday. If you want to get the replay, if you're not Keisha and you want to get the replay, make sure that you go to systems.com/CCA, which stands for Content, Clarity, and Accountability, so you can get access to the replays before they go away. But me not only creating those freebie opportunities to give people an opportunity to try before they buy, but also creating the template and sharing the template with you is because I know that some of my clients, they want that DIY, do-it-yourself training. They're looking at me going, ooh, LaShanda, this is awesome. I want that too. And then they're wanting to be able to create that same good for their community. my hubby is here and he's got food and he's got drinks and he's got yay, because he knew I was hungry. You know, you found your perfect person where they can like telepathically know she's hungry. Go buy her food. Give her something to eat. So I'm super excited about the fact that it's almost lunchtime. Now, guys, as we are wrapping up this session for today, when it comes to your cash flow goals, what can you repurpose? Number one. Number two, what I said to you, how are you giving people an opportunity to try before they buy? Me taking you inside the accountability circle, one example. Me taking a piece of some of my content and then giving it to you absolutely free. The Beat Procrastination Freebie Guide, another example. These are just some real things that you can do to get people excited about working with you. My hubby is surveying the porch. I don't know what he's doing. I know he doesn't want to be on the video, so I'm not going to click over and have him talk to you guys. I don't know if he's waiting for me, because you know when men in their stomach start to growl, like, I want to eat now. So I'm probably going to have to jump off so we can have lunch. But these are some things that I want you to consider. And of course, just last thing that I'm going to say as far as accountability is concerned, outside of your personal goals, what are some goals that you can put out there that you want to set for your tribe? So that you can say, hey, these are some things that I'm going to do for you, and they can hold you accountable to do those things, right? So I said, maybe I might go out to dinner or do some kind of meetup with some of you guys when I go to Florida. Maybe. I don't know. And some of you guys say, I'm going to hold you to that. You better meet me, because I want to see you and have some good dinner with you. So what are some things that you're going to put out there to your tribe so that you can create strong connections with them, and then they can hold you accountable? Ooh, that good food. That food is smelling good, y'all. I think he's got some rice and peas in that. What do you got in there? You got some Mediterranean chicken? You got some jerk chicken? What kind of chicken you got in there for me? He's got something in there. It smells good. I can't even concentrate, y'all. What are some, right? I know. Come on, Fort Lauderdale. Mentor Shelly, she's like, I'm gonna put it out there. What are some things that you're going to share with your circle so that you're saying to them, I'm going to commit to do these things, and they're holding you accountable and cheering you on in the process? One of the things that you can possibly attest to when you see entrepreneurs out there who are working towards their success is being transparent and saying, yeah, this is what I'm doing right now. And then putting those things out there to you, putting that energy out into the universe, they begin to manifest those things into their life. And when you go, yeah, you said you were going to do this and that and this and that, you hold people accountable. You know, it's interesting because when I was on a social media platform, I think it was yesterday, I saw a comment that essentially said, sometimes you're putting stuff out there not just for you, but for the people that follow you, so that in doing so, you're giving them permission to be and do things too. And that's so important. When you show up, whether I'm feeling good or not feeling good, whether I'm tired or, you know, I'm exhausted or I'm high energy, when I show up and I'm excited and invested in doing what I need to do, that's encouragement for you. Not just to show up and join me, but to do the same thing too in your community. To say, yeah, I'm going to jump on a live stream. I'm going to send out an email. I'm going to check out, do something for my community, right? That kind of experience is viral, and it's viral in a good way. So it's for me to be able to say to you, don't just sit here and be behind the camera and lurk and be quiet. Be proactive. Put yourself out there. Check in with your community. Put something out there today. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. All that and a bag of chips. Okay? So for those of you who are here, just as we wrap up, I want you to share, based on some of the things that we talked about today, what do you have on your to-do list? If you are part of the Procrastinating Pro Challenge, you'll know that one of my favorite acronyms as part of the challenge is SST. Excuse me, I was going to say K. I want to say K, but no, SST. SST, super simple task. So if you struggle with getting something done, accountability wise, pick an SST, something super simple that you can say, I'm going to do this first, and then use that to feel accomplished and work your way up to other activities. So for me, a super simple task is, now that this is done, go upload these videos onto YouTube, go eat some lunch, and have some fun with the fam. Of course, I got web stuff to do for clients too, so I'll be working on a website or two today as well. But just a super simple task. Finish this finish this live stream, upload it to YouTube, move on to the next thing, okay? So as I'm wrapping up today, feel free to drop in the comment box maybe a super simple task, something that you can do to kind of get yourself started in the motion of moving forward. Of course, think about the then, now, and next, those goals that you created for yourself. What do you have in the pipeline? What do you want to work on before this month is over versus what do you plan on working on next month? Feel free to drop those into the comment box as well, whether you're watching live or via the replays. And of course, as I mentioned to you before, my goal right now is CCA. I want to help you with content, I want to help you with clarity, and I also want to help you with accountability. So you need any of those three or all of the above, make sure that you go to sistasense.com/CCA. So that number one, before these go away, you can get access to the content creation session. I want to show you how to create your easy ebooks with style using the Sister Sense templates, my poppets, my pretty original, pretty printable templates. I want to make sure that you get access to that course because the replays are already online. So content, number one. Number two, clarity. I want to make sure that if you are confused and you need direction with respect to your online business building efforts, you can use that promotional code 2518 to get 25% off of everything in my shop for the next couple of days. So I certainly want to help you with clarity. One of the latest courses that are in the online shop is customer attraction, from signups to sales. So all the good clarity strategy training sessions that I have for you are in the shop. And again, you can use that promotion 2518 to get 25% off. And of course, accountability. You can literally get access to my A-Team Accountability Circle for 1 year, $95. That's going to go away very soon. And that is what you get access to, my bi-weekly live accountability calls inside of the mastermind, 365 days, $95. All three are available for you at sistasense.com/CCA. Again, CCA stands for content, clarity, and accountability. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the Do This Accountability web class for today. I would love to know. Feel free to drop in the comment box again what you've gotten out of today and what you plan on working on next. Regina says, do your neighbors know about your business? I'd be like, what's she doing over there? Yeah, did you hear my neighbor was honking me? Well, okay, I am just so blessed, too blessed to be stressed. One of the awesome things about my neighborhood is that I live in a cul-de-sac, so it's nice and private, and I don't have a lot of people around me. I'm not like close to the main highway, so really, for the most part, other than the cat and the dog and the birds, it's pretty quiet. But we've been here, bless God, for going on 6 years, so I think my neighbors are pretty used to seeing me in the on the porch with my tripod, just kind of sitting here and going at it. And I've had a few conversations about what I do and entrepreneurship and things like that. And you know, my neighbors will be like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." So yes, I think that me, my hubby, and I just kind of talking about like what kind of dream house you want, right? Initially when we were looking at homes, I really wanted something like his mom's house. I think she's got maybe about 2 acres or so. So it's like their house, and then everything in the back is all grass and green, and you know, you got that big, huge private space. We have a pretty big backyard. I think we have like half an acre, but it's in a cul-de-sac, so it's nice and private, which is like, yay, which is good. But yes. That's a side note, random conversation about me and what's up in my circle. Hopefully I get to see some of you guys real time when I do my Saturday with Sister Sense workshop one day here in North Carolina. It's going to be on the 18th. Beautiful location here look out for that information. It's coming up real soon. And of course, hopefully I get to hang out with some of you guys virtually as part of the mastermind and a team accountability circle. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging up with me today. I'm going to go hang with my boys and eat some good lunch. It's always a surprise to see what the hubby has got for me. Till next time, take care.